Hi everyone, it's me, Moonlight Guidance. We are going to have a look and see what is coming through for you. This is for all star signs, and if you are here, hello and welcome. I feel like it is a sign that there are messages for you, and this is a very safe space where you are always very welcome. And before I start, I just wanted to mention that if you ever wanted to purchase a personal tarot reading with me, or a service, or the intention items, everything is always listed down below for your convenience and on shopmoonlightguidance.com. So it's all in the description box and always down there, okay? So let's have a look and see what your reading is going to bring to us. Wow. Well, what's your reading going to bring to you is what I'm trying to say here. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, listen, I feel like this video has probably found you, okay, for a solid reason. I also feel like you might be looking for a sign. You might be wondering, you know, what's coming. And honestly, when I show you these cards, like, just look at their magnificence, because this really shows here that there is so much more personal growth coming your way. There is so much more confidence coming your way. I feel like you've been working towards certain goals. You've also been thinking a lot about your home. So, you know, wherever it is that you live, for example, and you've been really thinking about making some moves. So you've been thinking like, oh, you know, I don't want to be stuck in the same situation forever. I don't want to be stuck at the same job forever. I don't want to be stuck in the same sort of like home forever. Perhaps you want to upgrade your home. Perhaps you want to move to a new location, or a location that serves you much better. We've got here the world, you know, so there's this sense here of expanding, and there's a lot of energy here in regards to growth as well. And even Jupiter here is all about expansion. You've got Jupiter and Saturn, and also Neptune. Okay, so we're looking at the end of the solar system here, but these are three very, very powerful planets. So first and foremost, Neptune is all about spirituality. You're growing, you're becoming stronger. If you found a video like this, it basically means that your spiritual self is growing, you're becoming stronger, you're becoming so much more spiritually aware. You may also be much more aware of other people's emotions and feelings. You may feel very empathic, like you can sense other people's emotions, but you may also be starting to get into things like psychology, where you're understanding how people's emotions impact what they do, how they come across to others. You may also have done some research also on trauma and how that affects how people are towards you and things like that. There's a lot of growth, there's a lot of research, and there's a lot of understanding that you're going to have about people's emotions and how they are towards you, which also allows you to then realize like, okay, that person, you know, you may find that someone treats you a certain way, which is not nice, but then you realize that actually it's not your fault that they did that. It's because of their trauma that they did that, and things like that. So you're becoming much more heightened. You're not starting to react towards people based on certain things. You're starting to, you know, based on certain things that you may have done before, you're starting to realize like, oh, you know, I'm going to be a bit more empathic, you know, with that person. I'm going to be a bit more diplomatic. And you're starting to really become much more aligned with yourself and your higher self and your purpose because of this research and knowledge that you are accumulating. So you may be watching a lot of spiritual videos, tarot readers. You may also be getting into things like Reiki, and really just finding more of your path. You may even be getting tarot readings, for example, and things like that, and just really growing and learning and becoming stronger within yourself and your intuition, which, by the way, helps every other area of your life. So when you become spiritually much more strengthened within yourself, it allows every other area of your life to come together. So it really allows things to progress very, very strongly, especially because Jupiter here is about money. Okay, Jupiter is money, but it's also wealth and it's peace. So your life is going to become so much more peaceful. You're going to start to find that you don't really have to worry about money as much. You don't have to worry so much about other people, let's say, because you'll start to find that the more you take care of yourself, people are also taking care of themselves and not projecting themselves onto you. You will also start to find as well that opportunities with work and money start to come into your life without you having to fight for it, without you having to rip your hair out over it. You know, there's so much more opportunity that comes more effortlessly. And of course, you know, you still work towards these opportunities, but you won't find like you have to work constantly, you know, to get one tiny little opportunity. You'll find that you can work and, you know, opportunities sort of fall into your lap. So This energy is really powerful because this is the starting point of everything else starting to fall into place, and you're already on this. You know, you're already onto it. That's the thing, is that you're already very, very onto it. You're learning, you're growing, and in turn, more peace is coming your way. That allows you to also sleep better at night, so your sleeping patterns will get so much better from what I'm seeing. More money comes your way, and also there are some interesting travel destinations that you will also go to as well. Lovely. World card is Saturn. This is about organization, okay? You won't lose things as frequently, and you will also start to feel as well that people are not projecting their own personal insecurities or problems onto you. So you'll find that people don't project their emotions and insecurities onto you and then make it like it's your fault when actually they're just projecting their own fault onto you. We also have here as well the 8 of Wands. Do you know what that reminds me of? This, I know this is going to sound so strange, but I feel like maybe this analogy could help someone. So, you know, a very, very long time ago, I used to work in the fashion industry, and I was a junior at that time, so I was like an assistant, right? And so I was technically working under somebody else, and I remember she was teaching me how to do all this like postal stuff, because you have to send samples and fabrics and specifications off to the factories wherever they're based, which is obviously not in the UK, it's like international. And so I was doing the post for it, and so she basically had the postal bags, and she just picked up a random pen and started sort of writing with it, and then that's the pen she gave to me. So I just, obviously, you know, you just think like, okay, that's the pen to use for it, because it was like a permanent marker pen kind of thing. So when I started then doing it, you know, so she showed me once, and then next time I did it and I used the exact same pen, and when I was using that pen, I used it like a couple of times, and the third time she was there. And so I was using this pen, right, that I thought was like the correct pen to use because that's the one she gave to me. And then, you know, it started smudging. So then she was like, oh no, you shouldn't use this pen because it smudges, but that's the only time it smudged. And it's really interesting because she was like, I can't believe you've been using this pen the entire time and it smudged, but it only smudged that one time. And, you know, it's one of those things, honestly, where you're trying to follow directions and you're trying to do something correctly and it's been going just fine, but like that one moment when it doesn't go correctly, it's all suddenly your fault and it's something that you shouldn't have ever used before. You know, it's one of those things. I just remember I was like, but we've used this pen the entire time. Anyways, so it's something that I honestly just think about and really laugh about now, but it's one of those things, right, where you think you're doing something right and it's okay and it's great, but it's still somehow your fault, because it's just that moment that you get, you know, that sort of gets caught for that smudging to happen. Anyways, this is my thing to you, okay, is that you're not going to be in situations where you're doing something right and it's still your fault. That's what I'm trying to say, and I hope that analogy helps. It was probably a really rubbish analogy, to be honest. I should have thought of a better one, but I couldn't. But that's what I'm saying, is that I feel like you always try to take everything into consideration, and you take people into consideration, and still somehow they can find faults in you. You know, even if you say yes to something, you're wrong. And even if you say no to that exact same thing, you're still wrong. It's that kind of situation. Well, people are not going to do that to you anymore. That's the energy of Saturn, okay? That's the energy of that sort of like karmic balance sort of coming into effect, and you not being thrown that kind of energy. Okay, I just hope that really makes sense. And then also 8 of Wands is about people coming towards you. There's much more consistent, concise communication without you having to run after communication or run for communication. There is just so much more progress and so much more happiness and so much more joy and so much more peace and patience. And, you know, if you see repeating ones a lot, which sounds a lot like I'm saying wands, but ones, one is in number ones, then it means that you're really on the right path here. Okay, so, you know, we've got a lot of that energy here. So yeah, again, repeating numbers, but this 2 of Cups here shows as well that you're going to have a very fruitful, beautiful, romantic relationship, which is very equal and mutual and not at all one-sided, which is obviously very, very important. So you will find that things are very mutual, equal, that there isn't, you know, this sort of like oh, I kind of like you, now I don't. I kind of feel for you, now I don't. I think about you, now I don't. You know, there's a really like mutual energy that flows with this that will give you so much more clarity for where you stand for your future, and it will just make you feel so much happier overall, which I think is obviously like really important, right? So that's what we have there. So you will absolutely have a beautiful romantic relationship with some very healthy, good intimacy that just makes you feel loved and wanted and cared for and validated to a degree as well, but it would just make you feel very happy. And so the part of this is that the spiritual growth not only allows you to have good money, good sleep, good happiness, good health, good intimacy, good beautiful relationship, and some good communication from others, and also to be seen for who you are and not to be blamed for random useless things. It also allows you to be more protected. Okay, spiritual practice does protect you a lot more, especially with meditation. So I would really recommend that you meditate 20 minutes a day. Meditation is also natural detachment, so that means that you are much more focused on your breath and your body and not all of the chaos of the world. When you do that, you work naturally also with the law of attraction, because the law of attraction means knowing what you want and then being okay without it, and that allows everything else in your life to flourish in a very beautiful way that gives you what you want. Okay, so this one thing, focusing on your spiritual side, helps everything else in your life to come together. Yep, there you go. Sun. So much more positivity, so much more confidence, so much more just laughter and happiness and joy in your life. I also see more traveling, but the main thing here is that you will feel happy. And the things that you cannot buy in life are happiness. You cannot buy peace. You cannot buy good sleep. You can't, you just can't, you definitely can't buy peace. You know what I mean? Like, that is something you can't, and that's true luxury. Okay, true luxury is the things that you cannot purchase. It's so true. I know it sounds so random, but it's so true. Just like reminds me of that one time, you heard about that princess that like ran away and had to, take her children with her, and she's got so much money, but where is the peace, right? And so you have to truly, the more you value peace and the more you take care of yourself and you create peace in your own energy, regardless of the things happening around you, which is why I recommend you meditate as well, because life is not always easy. There is duality in life as well. But the more you try to, regardless of what's going on, you try to create even a tiny 1% of it in your life, it will just flourish. Okay, and basically your life in general will become much more peaceful without you having to actually try, But yes, stability with your finances will also happen. Pain, stress, sadness, that all gets left in the past. You'll be able to heal and move forward from difficult moments. So if right now you're feeling really sad, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling unhappy, you're feeling like things in your life are just not working in the way that you want it to, trust me when I say, like, a lot of that is stuff that you will be able to move forward from. You will be able to find so much more happiness and joy in your future, and you will not be reliant on that forever, So that's what I'm seeing. But if you see a lot of repeating numbers, it basically means that you are growing. So we have here, of course, number 1, right? So that means putting yourself first. When you do you and work, put yourself first and look after yourself, everything else around you will flourish and multiply. And 1 + 1 = 2. So multiply, and we have here lots of 2s. You have here the 2 of Cups, you have the 2 of Pentacles, you have the 2 pillars here with the High Priestess. You also have the 2 Wands as well. And what this all represents is progress, right? 1 to the 2 is progress. Not only that, 1 is from going to be from you being singular and a single person to being in a couple with someone. So I see, this beautiful transition of you like being by yourself to being in a relationship and really being very happy and it being mutual and fulfilling and stable, which just gives you so much more joy for your future and a lot more happiness and fulfillment for your future as well. So this is what we have. This is your reading. If this resonates with you, don't forget to like and share and subscribe. I'm just actually going to let you know as well that I have Instagram and TikTok as well. So it's moonlight.guidance on Instagram, Moonlight Guidance on TikTok. I just want to pull some oracle cards as well. Ooh, wow. So comment down below 1111 or 2222. 2222. Okay, which one do you see more often? Let me know in the comment section below. So we've got here Bear, which is strength and resourceful. Okay, so things in your life only get stronger, and that's what I'm seeing here. And also we've got envelopes, so it says here unfolding and then surprise. So yeah, things are still unfolding, things are still going to get better. You can also get some good news through some envelopes like mail, whether it's emails, mails, text messages, DMs, there's some good news that will definitely come your way, and there's so much more confidence and happiness that is going to progress into your life and manifest and flourish in your life as well, and just give you so much more joy. And I just feel like things are only going to get better and better for you, and you will find yourself feeling so much stronger. And yeah, things in your life are only going to improve, which I think is amazing. So yeah, I really hope you watch this reading. And by the way, if you struggle a lot with things like meditation, I really recommend the detachment ritual. That allows you to pull more energy towards yourself, to be much more focused on yourself. It also helps to create a little bit more healing in your energy, which then naturally allows your intentions to flourish and manifest. And then that ritual, along with your daily meditation, will really help things in your life to progress and get better. But there's lots of rituals on my website for love, money, success, marriage, career, healing, black magic energy removal, there's protection ritual, and there's rituals for various areas of your life. There's also intention, you know, bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, candles, sage bundles, and so much more. So, you know, definitely do check it all out if you are interested. Everything is literally on my website, and it's always linked down below for your convenience. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon. Bye.